What's happening, good people of the world? Welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Righteous Madness, episode 2. We actually just came from a short hiatus, but we are back with a bang, and today it's all about the data protection in Kenya. How safe is your data? And joining me today, it is the beautiful Charlene.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Arami niko salama. So actually tell us a little bit about yourself, Charlene.
So my name is Charlene Muthuri, and I am a technology and human rights campaigner here at Amnesty International Kenya.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Amazing. Now let me tell you, if we share beauty and brains, Charlene is a real definition of that, because you're also a journalist, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So the kind of conversation again that we will be talking about today, it's all about data protection. Now, Charlene, there's a question that nilikuwa nimeuliza mara ya kwanza, that how safe is our data? But before we jump into that particular question, what's the most strangest thing? Najua umeenda kwa website. I've also gone to these websites, you know.
Yeah.
What's the most strangest thing that you've that a website has actually told you to do so that it can identify yourself?
For me, there is, I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but then I hopped onto this website and essentially it made me turn on my phone camera to take a picture of myself so that they can verify my identity. And if it matched with the an identity document that I had uploaded, and I was just like, I honestly felt so off. Yeah, it just felt off.
Because you were like,
why would you need
why do you need my selfie? Like, why do you need my selfie?
Why do you need all that? Yeah, so I was just like, plus, for that particular website, they do have my existing information. Yeah. So it's not like I am doing something completely new.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was the strangest nini I had.
Me nakwambianga, every single time I go to these sites, they always ask me about traffic lights.
Oh yeah.
Press where traffic lights, ziko wapi. You know, there's a day I think there's a day they even told me about a pig. Pig in Swahili is mbuzi, if I'm not wrong.
Pig in Swahili is mbuzi.
No, nguruwe, sorry for that. But, and you know, if there's something that really shocked me was when they asked me about my pet when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
And I was like, unaulizia boss ko nini, bro? I was like, unaulizia boss ko nini, bro? You know?
But I feel like then, okay, my argument is, me imagine I'd rather those questions, the security questions, than having to upload data information that feels very personal to me on a website whose backend I don't know who's you know controlling it. Yeah, so yeah. But wako nafaa kuuliza stories za Bosco.
Wako nafaa kuuliza stories za Bosco. But is it really necessary for them to ask me such questions, like
to verify that you're human? I think so, yeah. For especially because we do have a lot of bots that can, for example, Twitter. Twitter has so many millions and millions of bot accounts. So and those bots are not obviously human beings. So I feel like websites do that so that they can verify that the person on the other end is a human being, which is why now they ask you like, whatever, match traffic lights, for example. But yeah, that should be what they should be doing, in my opinion, and not very personal, uploading, or rather just sharing very personal information about yourself, just so that they can be able to verify. Because at the end of the day, you are a user, and if they have no way of also protecting whatever they are asking you to, you know, upload, then it shouldn't be, you know, they shouldn't be asking for that in the first place. So yeah.
Okay, so sometimes you'll find some sites asking about your IDs, piga picha mbele na nyuma. But how much of this data, is out there without us realizing it?
Oh my God, so much. Right now, if I go to ChatGPT, for example, and ask them to reconstruct a profile about you, they can tell me everything I need to know about you. I mean, the platform can tell me everything I need to know about your life. But I feel like, more importantly, all websites that we do, you know, we shop all the time. We are on all social media platforms that I can think of. So all of that, all those websites and all those apps are always collecting. They're always collecting some sort of information. Your browsing history. Uki login pale Google na your account yako, you probably find your entire Google history if you haven't deleted all dating from when you opened that account, for example. Your location as well, because now for especially I don't know, iPhone, Android users, you turn on your location just so that in case anything ever happens to your phone, you can be able to find it. We've got your interests, Ukienda pale Google, unataka how to find what's the newest, I guess, gadgets that you like to use, for example. So, and then also your preferences as well, what you like searching. So this search engine is always collecting information about you, which is what makes it so easy for, I guess, ukienda pale chat GPT and you ask it to tell you about say something about you. So it's able to say he's a whatever, he likes to do this, he's a podcaster, he hosts Russia's Madness, he owns an iPhone, and he's a Gen Z. So it's able to collect all this because for years and years and years we've been uploading, we've been putting your information out there, and I don't think it's wrong. I feel like what is wrong is how, I guess, when it's misused, this information, because you cannot control. The part that you cannot control is the one that is very, very scary about information being out there.
Okay, so also I do believe there are risks to this, because me putting my face, me taking a picture of my identification card, mbele na nyuma, there are risks to it, because sometimes there might be identity theft that comes to it, but also if you can just shade in, rather if you can just talk about the risks that are involved when you share your data to some of these sites.
So I would like to start by saying a couple of years back, I think in 2023, we released a report on how TikTok enhances self-harm and suicidal ideation. And I know it sounds very, very scary, but there's also another side report that we did. Not side report, but another report we released simultaneously that talks about the surveillance-based business models of tech companies and essentially how many, the concept of commercial surveillance in short, and how, when you log on on TikTok, because the majority of the report was based off of TikTok. How they collect this data, and essentially give it to third parties to be able to sort of market, to know how best to, what products to market to you and things like that.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, and it's a very scary reality that we live in. And it's not just that. Now we've got government surveillance. So we've got a police officer just this week who admitted in court that they gave a mobile service provider tracking details about a student who had posted, who was essentially a government critic. And the DCI was able to track this student
and arrest him.
Wow. You get what I mean? Not even arrest. Was it arrest or abducting? One of those. In this country these days, there's a very blurry
between arrest and abduction.
Anyway, but so now you see those very scary realities of how, and I feel like it mostly stems from so if you upload whatever our information you're uploading from a place of honesty, verification, nini, and then the person on the other end has no, I guess, measures put in place to sort of know how to safeguard whatever you've uploaded. And I feel like now that's where the disparity comes in. Another risk is cyber attacks. Because now there's so much of our identity that is online, and it makes you very susceptible to attacks literally of any kind. We're so vulnerable to literally anything right now. I think it was sometime last year, the year before, when there are Sudanese hackers that hacked one of the government's, online platforms. And today we don't even know what they do. now what if they have, I don't know, all your details from birth. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like they hacked a small website. No, they hacked like a major website that could potentially contain all your information throughout your life. You get what I mean? And also just other things like the loss of control that we are currently witnessing when we upload a lot of our stuff online. Because I don't know, you have your Facebook profile,
Yes.
You have your TikTok profile, you have your LinkedIn because employers need to find you, and or if you have a business, for example, your clients need to find you. And I feel like we cannot control. I mean, there's a sense of, I guess, loss of control when it comes to how much information
it's out there.
Is out there, and who and how are they holding it, for example. And if it's being sold to third parties, who are these third parties? You know what I mean? So those are some of the, I guess, very many among the many risks that we should be very, very wary of.
Okay, and as we're still stuck when it comes to risks, and there's something that you really mentioned that's really happening in Kenya, abductions and everything. And we had someone, a police officer in court, talking about they got this information from the mobile
service provider.
You can just imagine what's really going through our heads, when it comes to hope. And that will shift to the next question. I feel like in the midst of all this, sometimes we may lose hope, and sometimes we might not have the grip when it comes to the digital control. So how do we go about that?
First of all, I think we're at a crossroads. We are, I guess there is a generation, I guess maybe after us, that is they are complete digital natives. And then there is us who we are still grappling with. I mean, we grew up with, I guess, payphones, for example, black and white Great Wall televisions. And so we're I guess learning technology daily and how to use it and while others are also learning how to abuse it. I don't know if it's a question of hope, really. I think the main question, the thing we should be grappling with is if we can stop being passive data subjects and become very active digital citizens who are able to sort of see something, to learn something and be like, okay, this is wrong. Okay, this feels intrusive. Okay. And so on one hand, we've got a lot of our personal data just scattered
all
across.
over.
It's literally everywhere, and there's very little we can do to control that, because at the end of the day, as long as you're not the back-end person there, you really cannot control what that person, you can only hope that they will not use it elsewhere. As stated maybe in their privacy policy, you get what I mean? I think what gives me hope is that there are so many, I think people are waking up to the reality of they have human rights on the digital platforms as well. They don't cease to exist just because you are online. And there's so many movements that are coming up to sort of safeguard this space. The other day, we've seen AU trying to ask for inputs and insights into their data protection, their digital rights guidelines for the continent. And I feel like that's a positive step towards the right direction, where we have citizens, where we have organizations, where we have even the civil society sort of waking up and being like, okay, mumekuja sana.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. We need to learn how to protect. There needs to be, I guess, frameworks in place to know how to protect people's information. Because sometimes we may think these things are abstract up until the day. I guess you are a government critic. You say something on X, and then suddenly there's a mobile service provider who's giving you information somewhere, where suddenly you have been abducted from your home. Tuseme unaishi Taita Taveta, umeletwa hadi Central Police.
And then unashinda, so wanajuaje?
So walijuaje kwenye nakaa. You get what I mean? So now those are some of the very scary realities that we need to wake up to and be like, okay, enough is enough. We need to protect our human rights within this space because they matter. Yeah.
And actually, we've seen the same thing because some of our activists walishikwa wakiwa just our neighboring country, and even some walichukuliwa hapo wakapelekwa, they wanted to be taken to their country. So this is the kind of conversation we're having today. It's all about data protection. But Charlene, do we have apps and tools that maybe perhaps we can use to secure, or rather to protect our personal data?
There are so many that exist, but I'll tell you my personal favorites. First of all, when there is unrest, civil unrest, switch to VPN, because VPNs are safe and they're secure, and you can be able to sort of, you can be able to manage a lot of what you release out there, the kind of data that is released from you from out there.
Okay.
The second thing, two-factor authentication. I feel like people don't take that seriously up until the day you are hacked. You know, being able to do multi-factor authentication on literally everything. The third thing, and I hope people stop doing, is you know the way you put your face.
Yes, exactly.
To open your phone.
Face ID.
Face ID. The day you are arrested like this, or the day you are in trouble, and then someone wants to steal from you. Si wanafanya tu simu yako, wanafanya hivi. Inafunguka tu haraka. And that's it. So I feel like we need, but then if you feature with your password, I mean, you can easily intentionally forget your password. You get what I mean? It's a lot harder for them, in short, to be able to sort of get to your stuff than when you have your Face ID everywhere. The last thing is end-to-end encryption tools. And I don't mean that one for that's green app. That's green app is not encrypted. My favorite one is Signal. Signal is for sure has been proven to be, you know, end-to-end encrypted. So you can be very sure that your information is not gonna leak. And your communication is not gonna remain private.
Okay. So yesterday, while I posted on my LinkedIn and my Instagram page that we'll be having this conversation, kuna watu walitaka kukuuliza maswali jamani. And a big shout out to every single person who keeps on watching us, you know, sharing our content. You know, so there's someone who asked, what are the top 3 things everyone should do today to protect their identity online?
Number 1. Tunaangalia kamera bado.
Kamera nakwambia ni ile pale.
Number 1. Please, I beg thee, read the Kenya Data Protection Act. I think that is the base, the foundation for everything, because it is through reading the Data Protection Act that we get to understand how first of all, what our law requires for us. I mean, for organizations, for governments, for everybody to be able to protect our data. That's number 1. Because if we know that, then we can be able to know when someone is doing shenanigans. You get what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's the number 1 thing. You know your digital rights, all of them, completely. Number 2, always put, I mean, not just the ones that I've shared, but there's so many digital safety tips that are out there that we can be able to follow. The third thing, phishing attempts. Don't just be clicking on any, you have one, two. You know, that's another, I feel like that's another undoing that we do have as a society. And I think I don't know, maybe it stems from a kind of desperation for money or something like that. But you know, that's how people get your information. You have won 2 million. Now Julia Keller 50 bob sports pesa. You think you remember you first, but really, like, verify that information everywhere. And so I think those are my top 3.
Okay, and I really hope our viewers, they are, you know, wako na kapena something kwa nini. So, you know, we like challenges right here at the Righteous Madness, Okay. And I want you to give us, me included, every single person included, even our producer, a challenge for this week. You know, something that maybe perhaps is going to make us feel secure when it comes to data.
Change all your passwords.
Correct.
Starting with change their SIM, and I know you're supposed to actually be changing periodically.
Yeah.
But I know for some of you, kutoka ile siku ulinunua hiyo simu, haujawahi change.
Ni passcode, ni bank whatever.
Haujawahi change kitu. Please, we don't want you to be robbed.
Yeah.
Change them periodically. So for this week, if you know you have never changed any password of yours from the beginning, from when you started using it, or if you've never changed your social media passwords, change them. Angalau give your hackers a challenge.
It's like a walk in the park.
Walk in the park. Hey,
no,
give them a challenge.
Because I have a story for that. I used to be that kind of a guy who used to have one passcode, or rather one PIN, kila mahali, you know, from passcodes, bank, every single place. Not until my friend alinifungua macho, cause ilikuanga tu hivi kidogo ibiwe. So I feel like you telling us about, or rather the challenge that you've given us, that this week we need to change our passcodes, man. It's true. You need to change your pins, passcode. It's equal like a walk in the park for...
You know, be unpredictable.
Be unpredictable, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are coming to the wrap up of our today's conversation. But what's the mantra that keeps you moving, or rather keeps you going when it comes to data protection?
Mine is pause, protect, and then own your space. Okay. Yeah. So pause and just think, do I really need, do I need to share this information? You've seen that meme for Lord when I'm about to overshare.
Yeah.
Please let me forget what I am oversharing. I feel like that's the same thing we need to apply to our, when we are trying to share information out there. So is it worth sharing? Whatever. I mean, do you need to share all that? If it's not useful, and it's not relevant to, it's not vital, in short, please, just keep it. The second thing is protect. Always protect your space, both online and offline as well. And then the third thing, owning space. You know, it's your online space anyway. So you have the right to be able to enjoy that space as much as you'd like. So how are you best owning that? What boundaries are you setting in order to be able to fully enjoy your online space without necessarily thinking about, oh, when am I getting hacked? You can be able to do that within, because to be honest, the internet is not going away. We can only just regulate it, and it's also a right for you to be able to access information both online and offline. So it's never going away. We just need to learn how to sort of navigate that space safely.
Okay. One last thing before I let you go. These guys who are maybe sending our data to other, maybe the police or the rest, can we really sue them?
Yes.
Me as an individual.
If you have proof that they did that, why not? I feel like if we can be able to collect, I guess, evidence and show without any doubt that they've been able to do that, then we can be able to hold some of this third parties accountable. So there is a case study of people who've actually been able to collect evidence against, digital lenders that were collecting unnecessary information. So what happened was, the way you just go through your phone and then you're just like, okay, I will need money. And so una scroll pale terms and conditions.
Una time ya kusoma.
Which is a conversation we need to come back to, And then you unafinya I accept. And then essentially giving access. Working on that, can you give permission for this app to access? Yes. And essentially they're able to access your phone contacts, harvest data from your phone contacts and contact everyone, including your enemies.
We are gonna deni.
And essentially people have been, it was unnecessary in short. And people have been able to complain to the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, and they've gotten reprieve, because and these lenders have been fined over and over again for the same. So I feel like if you have a complaint, especially, and if you know that this person, there is if you can be able to, I guess, have evidence of the same, there is a place for complaints.
Exactly.
Yeah? And they are always handled, and they're always, and if need be, there is a legal action that is taken against the perpetrator.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I just told you guys, Manze, Charlene, Beauty and Brains. Today it is all about, kuelimisha jamani when it comes to data protection. And actually it is 5 years since the law was...
Oh, absolutely, yes. And also just... thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
So on 2nd October, we will be launching, a report looking at 5 years of data protection. And essentially, we went around the country collecting, information from civil societies that we worked with, from ordinary people, from basically everyone, in about 10 counties, essentially looking at their perceptions on data protection. Like, do they know there is such a law that exists? Or they just use the internet like that? But anyway, so we will be launching it on 2nd October. Looking at how far have we come as a country, and also what steps do we need to take looking ahead? What does our future when it comes to data protection look like? So
Charlene, the whole time I've actually been telling you I need to let you go. But before then again, I let you go. You mentioned about where people they can actually report these cases. Huko ni wapi jamani tunaenda kureport?
So when you go to the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner website, odpc.go.ke, you can be able to go to the complaints tab and be able to file a complaint. And it is absolutely free.
Free of charge, man. Na vile Wakenya tunapendanga vitu za bure. Anyway, thank you so much for making time today. Kabisa. Now, it is a particular time whereby I need to bid you guys goodbye. My name is Joseph Styles. But hey, I want you guys to do one thing. You see the way you normally share memes, yeah? I want you guys to like, subscribe, and share this particular content, okay? At Amnesty International Kenya. That's our YouTube page. Until then, adios.
Bye.